Good evening, family, friends, associates, and in betweens. Welcome to the Family's Corner. Today, we will be talking about not being bitter. Like, I see so many of our queens being bitter. We as women endure a lot. We suck up a lot, we take a lot, we deal with a lot, and we are still expected to be loving. And sometimes that may become difficult for us in dealing with everything that we deal with. We are expected to endure so much and be given so little. And to maintain love in our hearts, integrity in our spirits, and loyalty in our souls can be quite difficult. Um, Dealing with so much that's coming at us. We must cleanse our spirits. What may have broken us, what may be tearing us down, we got to cleanse ourselves before we move on to the next friendship, relationship, circumstance, situationship that made us feel broken or unwanted. And this goes for anything, any situation, any relationship that you may have that may be making you bitter. You can't allow the love that you may have for someone else to overpower the love that you have for self. Self preservation is the first law of nature. This includes any love that you may have for your parents, your mates, anyone. Um, you have to preserve self. You have to love self. You must allow healing in your heart, self care, self love, self maintenance, healing in your soul. You can't allow someone to take these from you. You can't allow someone to break you. You must have time to purge. And what I mean by taking time to purge, you must release that emotional baggage. We have to stop taking that emotional baggage with us from relationship to relationship, situationship to situationship, circumstance to the next individual, trying to drop that baggage off in the next individual's lap. That's unfair to them. It's unfair that we come in and we're so bitter for the relationship that you're currently in, the situationship that's currently going on. We tend to take on so much and just move right along with it. We just go with the flow with that emotional baggage. Then, when something happens in that relationship that we may be in or we may be doing, we want to dump that same baggage on there because you're experiencing that same situation, or you're having that same trauma that caused you before. So you're thinking like, oh, this the same thing, so I'm going to do something similar to what I did before, or you're going to do something worse, which is not good. um, when you take on that emotional baggage, and then something happens, you want to drop that baggage right there and create a cesspool of minutia in that relationship. And for what? Because someone else hurt you, because you wasn't able to heal yourself. If that individual have their own baggage or decide that you're not going to be that dumping ground for them, or they're not going to deal with your BS, then what? Then oftentimes we start to play the victim in that world. Um, who is going to deal with that? You have to cleanse yourself, cleanse your spirit, cleanse your mind, cleanse your heart, so that you're not being victimized or becoming a victim of your emotional trauma that you may be dealing with, or your emotional baggage that may make you bitter. I understand oftentimes we fall in love with the individual, and that individual may fall out of love with us, and that is perfectly fine. It happens. A lot of people often tell me, I've been with my husband when he was very young. So oftentimes people tell me that may not be my circumstance, or I may not understand what it is they're going through. I've been hurt before too. Um, However, I chose to cleanse myself before I even got married. I was dating a young man before I got married. I like young men, so the person was 7 years younger than me. And I had to purge myself of that baggage before I got with my husband so that I can be patient with him as well, so that whatever we were going through, he would not endure that emotional baggage or that emotional trauma from the previous relationship. And oftentimes, because someone doesn't want to love us like we feel they should, then we want to dump that baggage on them or become bitter or say what they're not doing. When in actuality, we haven't cleansed our spirits, we haven't cleansed our soul from that baggage from before. So we have to let that go so that we're not taking that trauma and breaking down that next individual that we go in that relationship to. We're not making them unwhole. We're not tearing down them into pieces because we see similarities in them from that other person. You may see similarities, however, you may be able to work through those with that individual if you just take time or if you've cleansed your spirit. I think going from one relationship to another relationship without taking time for yourself and without having time to be with you or just date you for that moment so that you're able to purge all that those toxins that you may have ingested during that relationship. um you have to be allowing yourself to just date you, to see is how is dating you. Do you need to work on some things within you? And this is just not for a relationship with your mate. This is for relationships within your friendships, your work relationships, your situationships you may have, your parental relationships. You have to cleanse whatever it is that may have broken you before you go back into that relationship. You don't want to take that baggage and project that onto someone else because it's not their flight, nor is it their fight. That's you, that's within you. So if you purge yourself and you cleanse yourself, you're able to go in. It's similar to eating food. You clean your palate in order to ingest something else to be able to taste it. So, in your next relationship, you would do the same. You would cleanse your spirit, cleanse your soul, cleanse your palate, so that you could be able to receive that relationship, receive the love that that relationship have, and not be so much of a victim in that relationship, or not allow that relationship to break you down or tear you down, or not create excuses for that individual or what they're doing to you, because someone tearing you down or breaking you down is never a good thing. If someone make you feel like crap, that's because they're feeling like crap. So they need to purge, they need to cleanse their spirit. You can't keep carrying baggage from one relationship, one situationship to the next one, because it gets heavy and it weighs you down. And so then every time someone says something to you in that relationship, you're on the defense, or you become aggressive, or you start to hate the person in which you're supposed to love, because you have so much baggage and you think like, oh, they're trying to play me, or oh, this is not how I want this to be. Instead of trying to work it out and feel through that situation, you want to take it on and act like that's another bag for you to dump on. No, if you've cleansed yourself, then you'll be able to work through that. My thing is, I told someone else this morning, excuses are monuments of emptiness, and those who use them achieve nothing by using them. So if you're constantly making excuses for your behavior or a person's behavior who is breaking you, then you're not doing in them any injustice by defending them, and you're not doing yourself any. You have to allow yourself to heal, allow them to heal. And if you're taking on their negativity, if you're taking on their baggage, or you're trying to make them whole and you're breaking yourself, that's a no-go. You can't go around in life being bitter. That comes with like Father's Day. Father's Day is a prime example. On social media, I see all the time people saying, happy Father's Day to me because I take care of these kids. Well, you had options. And I'm not saying that one of your options should have been having an abortion. I'm saying one of your options could have been not having sex. One of your options could have been a condom, and I understand they break. They're only 99.9%, as well as any birth control is only 99.9%. So if you decided that, this man ain't crap, imagine what you've then taken on to say that your vagina ain't crap because you took this person on. You didn't take time to get to know this individual and know the baggage that they had before you let them into your soul, into your inner sanctuary, until you let them into your womb, until you let them allow that soul tie on you. So now you got that soul tie along with that baggage that you're trying to perpetuate onto someone else, and that just ain't gonna work all the time. So one must cleanse their spirit, cleanse your palate before going into another relationship, situationship. If you don't, it can be a catastrophe, because you are now putting that onto someone else, and you're making that person feel like crap. You're breaking that person down because you don't know how to navigate love properly, because it wasn't shown to you. I'm a person who has learned love, through people loving me, through people showing me, and I'm a very loving person. But at times, you'll think that I'm very standoffish, or I'm stuck up, because I have purged myself, and I observe a lot now. If nothing else, 3 years ago, I've started cleansing my spirit. And so one thing it showed me in life, you have to watch people. You have to watch people in your circle. You have to and purge them out of your circle. You have to watch people around your circle. You have to watch people around the people that's in your circle, because people in your circle are not always honest. People in your circle are not always for the right thing. That's why you keep your circle very small and very tight, and then you know what's going on. I remember when I had a two-hand circle, um, a couple things were being revealed to me in a circle, and one friend was revealing to me about another friend, and I kept fighting it because I just didn't want to believe that person was like that. Um, because I had purged my spirit. So I felt like, no, I can understand this person's plight. And I truly couldn't, because in life, learning that people are opportunists, or people are takers. It's not very many givers in the world. And one thing I do know, if you are a giver, you will have opportunists come in your midst, and you will have takers, because the givers are going to give. The takers are going to take, and the opportunists are going to stand back and watch both of y'all. And they're going to wait for the opportunity to get what you drop, and they're going to wait for the opportunity to get what you drop, and they're going to wait for the opportunity to get what you drop. So you have to protect yourself. You have to cleanse yourself and make sure that you're not allowing people to drop their baggage on you. You're not allowing people to make you a victim, or you be victimized. You're not allowing that, because you are cleansing your spirit. You're not allowing that negativity, that baggage to be dropped, and you to be lugging it all heavy around. And once you cleanse your spirit, you will see ain't no greater love than the love that you gonna have for yourself. A lot of people tell me I seem to be conceited, and I am not. I am far from it. First of all, my looks, I feel like, are average. However, I think this personality makes up for where my looks don't. So with that being said, I'm 1,000 when it comes to both. I am a quadruple threat. I feel like with my personality, my mind, my body, and everything else that I bring to the table, with not just only my physicality of it, my emotional, my spiritual, my knowledge, my intellect that I bring to the table, I feel like I'm a quadruple threat. And with that being said, I know my worth. And with knowing my worth and purging, I know that what I am not going to accept, and what I'm not going to accept, is somebody coming in, dropping their baggage off on me, being bitter towards me, because I didn't break you. I did not make you into that bitter Betty that you want to be, and I'm not going to allow you to make me into it. As I purged myself and I have cleansed my spirit, I have discovered that it is such a wonderful place to live in positivity for the most part. Negativity lives and breathes. But I also understand that everyone can't go with you on your journey. Also, I understand that sometimes you have to leave people right where they're at in their baggage, and that's perfectly fine. Everybody can't go with you. If that person wants to be bitter and negative, allow them to be that over there. You don't have to take them with you. One thing I am discovering, we since just like I just did, and I said, my looks are average. However, this personality makes me 1,000. And so I noticed that a lot of individuals, and myself included, I used to be like, oh, girl, my fat tail ain't about to do this, or my fat self is about to do this, or this is about to go on. That's negative talk. Mm-mm. I am just how God made me, how the universe created me to be. I am who I am with all this glory that I've been given. So, with that being said, we have to stop perpetuating that negativity and spewing that out of our mouths. We have to live in a positive realm when it comes to ourselves and loving ourselves. Even when it comes to people in our circle, we have to feed our circle what we want it to be. If you are negative and unkind, then that's what your circle is going to be. I had a friend one time. I'm in the community that I'm in with my husband. It's a different type of community. And so there's a lot go on in this community, but they are very family oriented and family based. So they're good for my children, not necessarily good for me or my soul, um, but they're good for my children. And I had a person tell me one time, I'm learning just to not deal with that. I'm learning just to if you ignore it or you don't be around them. I don't have to ignore nothing. I don't have to not go around nobody. I don't have to, if you come into my midst and you come and you on that trash, I'm going to be on that garbage right with you. Same energy over here. So one thing I've learned to do is, because I'm generating same energy over here, I have to let your negative energy go and be negative. So you're going to get this one boom atom bomb that's going to back you up off of me. You ain't going to ever want to be in my midst again. And I'm not going to be in yours, because I'm not going to allow you to put that baggage on me. And I'm not going to take that baggage on. That's one thing I've learned, and I'm learning, is not to perpetuate. When someone asks me my opinion, I don't necessarily give them my full-fledged opinion anymore. Even though you're asking for it, I offer my opinion in waves now. And then I ask questions along with it. That way I can receive how well you are ready to really hear my opinion, or how well you are ready to receive what I'm about to tell you, because everybody is not ready to go on to a different realm with you. Everybody is not ready for that deep conversation, whatever that conversation may be. Just like this baggage conversation, everybody is not ready to understand that you're dropping baggage off in your relationships. Everybody is not understanding that you being bitter is not helping your relationship. You breaking your loved one is not helping your relationship, because once they really and truly realize the value that they possess, baby, you will no longer be able to break them. You will no longer be able to possess who they are. And the spirit that will emerge from that person at that time will be something that I don't even know if you will be able to deal with. Because once a person learn their worth, you ain't knocking them back down to no bottom basement Betty. Believe me, I know my worth. And when I tell you I know my worth, I remember one time an incident happened. and I don't tolerate, if you go get somebody else some food and you're in this house, you're going to get me some too. Ain't nobody greater than me. So what I did was I ate that food. And so they had to go get some more. And the reason why I'm telling you that story is because the value in me is, if you don't give me nothing, won't nobody else be eating it either. If you don't do for me, then I'm not doing for you. If you're not making me as happy as you want to be, I'm not going to make you happy. I'm not going to sit in nothing that I'm not happy in. Let's be clear about that. If I'm unhappy, know that something else going to have to work itself out. Because unhappiness is not where I sit. It's not where I want to dwell. And I'm not going to let you put your baggage on me and make me feel like I'm not living up to my full potential, because I was born to be a queen. I was not made, I was created. See, a lot of people were made. They were just things put in them. It was time spent with me. Like I said, I think it was last week, the universe aligned itself and ordained who was ready to take on rearing me and raising me into the world. And I tell you, I've had some phenomenal women rear me. I've had some great men in my lives who took care of me. They did not break me. They did not tear me down. They actually financially took care of me. My first love took care of my heart. He took care of my spirit, as well as took care of me financially for many, many, many years. He took care of me financially. But he also taught me that I must take care of myself. I must stand on my own, because if you allow someone else to take care of you, you allow them to starve you. If you allow someone else to feed you, you allow them to make you go hungry. And so I had to realize that a man will only go so far in providing and taking care of you. Soon as you don't do what that man wants you to do, he gonna pull that rug right from under you. So you got to be able to stand on your own. And with that, you got to be able to hold your baggage and purge it. You can't be bitter when it comes to your children's fathers. You can't be bitter when it comes to a mate. You can't be bitter when it comes to your children. You can't be bitter when it comes to your parent because somebody else did something, or you had a hard day at work, so you coming home dropping that negative baggage off at your home. So now your home is a cesspool of minutia because you brung that baggage in. No, you have to cleanse your spirit, cleanse your palate, and stop taking that emotional baggage from situationship to relationship to circumstances. It's not worth it, baby. Go ahead and release yourself from that. Let your spirit know it's okay to shine. You can't hide the sun from itself. And who would want to? Who would want to block the sun from itself? Even the moon can't hide the sun. It still's gonna glow. So with that being said, y'all, make sure you purge. Live life a little better, a little brighter. Love to laugh, love to love, and love with your whole heart and spirit. If you can't, let that individual go. Don't dump your emotional baggage on them. And I understand we are in a pandemic. We are having pandemonium all over. We're having it mentally because we have generational baggage that we have and that we've dumped into each child that we've given birth to. So we got like 4 and 5 generational baggages that we're already carrying. So why ingest this current baggage? We got to purge that. So tomorrow is Workout Wednesday, y'all. I have worked out and beat my body down trying to get ready for winter, y'all. I'm so nervous about this winter, and I don't want to say afraid because I'm not fearful of it. It's gonna be what it's gonna be at the end of the day. But I am trying to drop these extra 10 pounds so that I can be able to endure winter. So it's sort of like a groundhog or a chipmunk or something when they build up for the winter and then they be able to recover. So we'll see what we doing. I'm working on it. I'm still, my weight still going from 168 to 171. That's why I haven't posted any of my scale. But what I'm telling y'all, when I break that 168, I'm gonna post it for you. Y'all know I keep it real, so my journey is your journey. Going from 300 pounds, I don't give a dag one at this point if I don't go all the way down to 165 again. I've been there before. So I know that I can I can do it, and I know that I'm also building a lot of muscle, and in building that, I'm not going to always get back down to that 165, and that's perfectly fine for me. At almost 50 years old, y'all, I'm doing my thing. So I will post my workout in the morning. Tomorrow's workout Wednesday. Thursday, as you know, I am off. My sister will start to join me. She told me this is the first, so she will start to come along with me. Friday is Financial Freedom Friday. I hope that y'all went out and got those stocks. I'm telling y'all, even my husband bought some separate stocks from me. So I hope that y'all went out and got them. If you didn't, I know y'all are kicking y'all self. Like, if you didn't pay attention, what are we doing? I thought we were trying to build generational wealth, y'all. Are we playing games like that in our community? See, if we playing those kind of games, that's why. That is why. We have to obtain this knowledge and build generational wealth for our children so that they're not working as hard as we work, y'all. I don't want my kids working this hard. It's ridiculous to be able to work like this. And if you know me, you know I'm constantly increasing. I'm constantly making moves in order to make sure that my children don't work this hard, to make sure that I'm making sure that they have a foundation. My daughter is about to turn 10, y'all. Do y'all know my husband about to take her to drive at 10 years old? So I got to figure this life out because they are already accustomed to a certain lifestyle. And I have to make sure they get it. And so I will talk to y'all later. See you. Well, I won't see you tomorrow because I'm posting my workout. So I'll see y'all on Friday. Please watch your stocks. Watch your stocks. Create money. Make your money make money for you. Thank you for joining the Family's Corner.